We're going to get this rolling with our main man, my cohort with stories of diversity or adversity. I get them wrong half the time, but who knows? But this is Michael Martin Hummel. This guy I got to witness in Nashville, Tennessee back in March. And every time that Michael rolls onto the stage, he gets all of us in tears because this man has a heart of gold. And his story, no matter how many times you hear it, he gets you crying. And he won't admit that. But the case is, he does. And being his adopted brother, and I'd love to just point out his younger brother because I love to give him a hard time, is always a beautiful thing. My friends, my family, let's welcome Mr. Hummel back on the stage as he rolls up the summit with a passion. Michael, the summit's all yours.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
I am amazing.
Okay. One thing I wanted to talk about is I don't think when we talk about hope for the holidays or mourning people or family or friends, I don't think we talk enough about mourning who we used to be or mourning the life that we strove to have or we wanted to have. And I'll tell you what I mean. On October 15th of this year, I had a mini stroke. I was hanging out with my wife, and we were in my living room, and according to her, because I don't remember any of this, I had pain in the back of my head, and I was speaking gibberish and not making any sense. And she said to me, "I'm taking you to the emergency room right now." And so she drove me to the emergency room. And like I said, I don't remember the drive. The only thing I remember is when we got there. Because for those of you who don't know, I use a wheelchair. She drove the chair, drove me there, got the chair, rolled it around the car, and it took me two to three times to get in from my chair, the car, to my chair. And I'm a big guy. I'm like pretty strong guy. I always pride myself on being strong. And the idea, my legs don't work. I I walk, but I use my arms because my crutches, and I'm fine with not being able to use my legs. But the idea that my arms are going to be taken away from me scared the hell out of me, and it pissed me off. So it took two to three times for me to to actually get from my car to my chair. We go in the emergency room. She speaks because I'm not in a place to be able to coherently be able to say what was going on with me. And then we tell them what's going on, and I have CTs and EEGs and EKGs and all these tests. And I can't get an MRI because, like Dave said, I'm old. And it's not compatible with the metal that is in my legs. It would be bad. So I don't have an MRI. So I had three neurologists and a couple doctors tell me their best guess or what they think is happening is I'm having a stroke. And so I spend 6 days in the hospital and I'm on fall risk. So they kept the guardrail up for 6 days and took my chair away from me. And I had to ask to use the restroom every time. And then a few days into this, I do an event every month, and Dave is my co-host. And he asked me, do I want to cancel? And I don't even think I gave him 2 seconds to answer. I said, hell no, because I would have felt like a hypocrite if I said, no, this stroke happened to me. I'm going to cancel. I would have felt like a hypocrite. So we didn't cancel. We did it. And he just helps me out a lot more than I, he just helped me out a lot. And there were a couple times when I had to go dark and he picked it up and took care of it. And then as a result of the stroke, two things happened. Number one, my mobility wasn't as good as it is. I've fallen more times in the last 3 months than I care to remember. And like I said, I'm in a wheelchair, so my mobility wasn't as good as it should be anyway. So that affected me, but also my speech isn't as good as it should be. Th- I've been hiccuping every once in a while, and when it happens, I get these attacks, and sometimes it's for like 2 or 3 days, even through the night, so I don't sleep. So as a result of that, I didn't think I was ever going to be ever on stage again. I didn't think I was ever going to speak again in front of a crowd. So that's why this means this means more to me than I can put into words. And one thing that I always say is life is a collection of gifts and lessons. It's our job, and I consider what happened to be both a gift and a lesson and a collection of lessons. It's a gift because I've been told you need to slow down. You're chewing your words, you're swallowing your words. I can't understand you. And now I can't speak as fast as I used to. And certain words I can't get out as much as I want to. So I'm forced to speak slower and get my words out correctly. And my mobility, I've always been told, slow down, you're gonna hurt yourself. And as a result, I've been forced to slow down, do things easier and be more careful. And I'll be honest, it was a harsh way to be reminded of that and be given those gifts and be forced to have that happen. But it worked. And the lessons that I learned as a result of that, there are three of them. Acceptance is the first one. You have to be able to be willing to accept help. Like I can accept help from people as far as doing things that I don't know how to do, like aren't physical. But if it's physical, I'm doing it. But as a result of this, it taught me to accept help from people, mostly my wife, because as soon as I got in the hospital, she stepped up and she took care of, hospital visits, doctor visits, appointments. She did everything. And then, and my mother has taken me on multiple doctor appointments. And then, so I think so, accept help from people. And then also accepting words of love and encouragement from people like Dave and from people like Michael Faber, from people like Lauren, just knowing that they're there means oh means a lot. And second is resilience. You need to be able to be resilient. I think the word failure gets a bad connotation. You don't fail, you only fail once. If you keep trying, it's not failing. You only fail when you stop trying. You only fail when you fall and you don't get back up. And my life, in large part, has been about being adaptable and being resilient. And the final part of what I learned, what I learned, I knew this lesson, but it was reinforced in me big time. Be adaptable. If if you're not adaptable, you can say all day, I'm going to get this. This is my goal, and this is how I'm going to get here. But that probably won't happen. You need to be able to say, this is my goal, and these are the three or four different ways that I can get here. You need to be able to be willing to change up your game and to do things differently. Mm. Because if you don't, you're never going to get your goal, or it's going to be a lot harder. So I think it's important to just in life, it's important to be adaptable, resilient, and to accept help from those who are closest to you. And that's all I got.
That's all you got, bro. That was powerful, man. I absolutely love that, dude. Um, I remember when you texted me when you um, had the stroke, and that was a terrifying moment for me because you've been a big brother to me, man.
Yeah.
You know, you've got that sarcastic, joking side of you, like somebody else we know that's in our Zoom room with us. I won't name names, but they are going a little bit later this afternoon, and she's already smirking at me because she knows who I'm talking about. Um,
So
oh yeah, I wonder what her
do
name
I.
was, right? Um, but brother, I mean, no matter what happens, you always get back up, and that's the testament to who Michael Martin Hummel is. Um, that's the beauty about rising back up and where hearts rise again. Um, you were talking about all of us, just like Megan said, and Bree just said you're a bravery, you're a true warrior. This is coming off of Facebook, and you know that's why I always love supporting you and supporting the mission that we're building together over with what you're doing in your community. And you're always a part of what we're building over here. And there is somebody already in our wonderful Zoom room, VIP guest room that's ready to pour into you. And I'm going to open that up for Miss Deb. And then the feisty one. You're muted, Deb.
Deb and the feisty one, we're going to take it on the road. Michael,
Yes.
with the heavy hitter presenters that came before you just this morning,
Hmm.
you're my favorite. Don't tell the others. Throwing no shade on the others, by the way. And the reason, I mean, outside of your good looks and, all the obvious things, the reason is um, you're doing it. You keep going. Your bravery, your chutzpah, all of it. My grandfather had suffered a severe stroke that left him very slack-jawed and really about the only thing that he could say clearly. So I want to tell you that your speech is amazing. And
Thankfully, it's getting better.
yeah, it's there. And the one thing that my grandfather managed to retain were curse words. They came out clear as a bell. But as a teenager, I made a point of being able to tune in, and his speech was actually extremely garbled. But I would made a point of being able to listen and to when he'd get frustrated and that clear curse word would come out, I would say back what he had just told me about the Model A car, the this, the that.
Mhm.
And again, it's that spirit. It's the warrior spirit of just keep showing up no matter what life does give you. And I love acceptance, resilience, adaptability, and I personally like the slower cadence of speech. I think that's beautiful.
Yeah,
Thank you.
the it's funny. I'm speaking slower, and it's the strokes have made me be more intentional with my words. So like I said before, it's a harsh lesson, but it's one that needed to happen. And I'm
Yeah.
alive. So
And I love that, Michael. You keep fighting. Yeah, and you always have. Sierra, we're gonna let Sierra go, and then we'll go to Megan.
Michael, I adore you. and I've got to know you over the past few months being in Unleash. When you were talking about being able to let people support you, I struggle with that. So, how were you able to figure out what you needed support with? Obviously, besides like the physical stuff, but like, how were you able to figure out and like verbalize what it was that you needed?
Well, just it, I'm stubborn and I argue, but because of what's happened, it's just you have to figure out what you can do, what you can do, or what you're gonna need help with, and just accept that. And my wife is the strongest, most important person in my life, and you just have to be okay. I just take her lead, and I know because I mean I hate the fact that I have a caregiver or or need caregiving, but there are moments when I do, and there are people who just assume that she's my caregiver and not my wife, and that pisses me off too, pisses her off. And if I call her my caregiver and not my wife, she'll probably want to stop me. But it's just a matter of knowing your limits and knowing where they are and what you're going to struggle with and seeing your situation for what it is. And I think that's the most important thing, just knowing your limits and seeing your situation for what it is and being willing to and being open and willing to be vulnerable and to ask for help because what else are you gonna do? Because if you struggle and you don't get where you want to go and it's just gonna be harder, but you're not gonna get where you want to go, but you're also gonna have them be possibly resentful of what you won't let them do. So just realize they love you, realize they want to help and make you better. That's it.
Thank you.
Love
You're
that,
welcome.
Michael. You know, you're amazing. Megan, you're up.
I was just going to quickly say thank you for sharing this story today. And I know it's been an honor to be part of your group and your team for the past however many months, because time is going by so fast,
Mhm.
and been incredible to hear each other's journey. But I am grateful to hear you share this with such strength today, especially. And by the way, David, I think you should be careful who you call feisty because Sierra, Deb, and I were all three of us ready, and I think we now are David's angels. So we were all thinking you talked about us.
Well, that's the first time I've had David's Angels, so I'll take that. Works for me. I mean, I've got something new. And I can see Javi at the bottom there smirking and raising one eyebrow. But thank you, Megan. Absolutely love this. Michael, brother, man, you know how much I admire you. You know how much I love you, brother. And you know I'll walk through fire and climb up the mountain through a blizzard for you. And I'll carry you on my back to get you up there. You don't need me to carry you on my back. You'll get up there on your own. Um, with what you're building with your community, it's been such a privilege to be your co host to help you get back up on your wheels and get that thing rolling. Like we're getting ready to do the biggest one today. Why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, on Saturday, the 20th and 21st, we have one. It's going to be 2 days, which is the beginning with the biggest one we've had. And it's 10 people per day. Actually, yesterday I had somebody back out, so we have to get somebody else. But, which is no big deal. But yeah, that's going to be the biggest one we've had. And it's going to be 2 days and 20 people we're going to put on stage. So we'll see what happens.
Nice. Well, I'm excited for that. And now we got double Sierras here with us, so this is going to be fun. But yeah, no, I'm really excited, man. That's the biggest one to date, and we're going to crush it. When I say we, I mean you. You're going to crush it because you're our fearless leader. It's going to be fantastic. But it's always a privilege to have you with us on the summit and in the on the mountain with this journey. Um, I love what you shared today because once again, you shared from the heart. You had the tears coming down my cheekbones, and bro, just keep being you, man. That's the best thing that I love about you. Um, it's always been a privilege and honor to call you brother, and always got your back, bro. Which
Thank
I
you.
know there's a lot of people that got your back, so there's an army behind you. So love you, bro.